Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're exploring one of the most immersive and exciting sections of the Jacksonville Zoo, Land of the Tiger. Opened in 2014, this lush recreation of the jungles of South and Southeast Asia is home to many rare and exotic animals, including the world's largest lizard, 2 species of both exotic hornbills and wild swine, as well as adorable otters, and of course, this exhibit's namesake. But before we kick things off, if you also happen to love zoos, animals, or just unique attractions, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to stick around till the very end to see what makes this exhibit so special. At the south end and farthest section from the entrance, the main path opens up into the Trout River Plaza, the first of many beautiful gardens we'll see today, and one of the reasons why this place recently rebranded to the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Down the path, you can feel the change in scenery. The bamboo becomes taller on either side, forming a canopy overhead that scatters little patches of sunlight down below. It's peaceful, and at the very end of the path, a moon gate marks the entrance into something magical, the Asian Bamboo Gardens. Probably the most famous of the zoo's botanical endeavors. Oriental in theme, the gardens feature winding ponds, charming bridges, quiet relaxation areas, and even a striking dragon sculpture. Stepping inside feels like a little slice of paradise. Honestly, it's kind of a secret. Most visitors walk right past it, so consider this your insider tip not to skip. You can also learn the meaning of bamboo, pick up a few words of wisdom along the way, and just take a moment to admire the scenery before we continue on with our journey. Back on the main path, you can take another offshoot to the Trout River Trading Post, a little outpost that leads to more enchanting gardens and a scenic overlook of the Trout River. Okay guys, I'm finally gonna show you some animals. So, the zoo's main trail brings us to the Komodo National Park. But looking through the glass, it seems the Komodo dragons have claimed this territory for themselves. These giants are the largest living monitor species in the world, capable of growing over 10 feet long and weighing more than 150 pounds. They're apex predators in their native Indonesian islands, using a mix of stealth, speed, and a venomous bite to take down prey. The viewing continues to this kid's cubby and also this indoor day room, ultimately to give us a safe opportunity to watch them display natural behaviors without risking a single scratch. Leaving Komodo Island behind, we'll catch our first glimpse of one of the aviaries that we'll explore later. Down the path, a small clearing in the bamboo might reveal a tiger, which we'll definitely be seeing in this episode's finale that you won't want to miss. Up ahead is a large open exhibit, home to the Babirusa, those wild-looking pigs native to Indonesia. They spend their days foraging for fruits, leaves, and roots, often using their sensitive noses to sniff out food. They're joined here by a family of Asian small-clawed otters, both of which we'll be getting a closer look at later. Behind where we stand are 2 lush aviaries, with a variety of viewing opportunities, home to 2 unique and rare species of birds. On the right is the rhinoceros hornbill, whose exhibit we peeked into earlier, and on the left is the reeved hornbill. The rhinoceros hornbill is the larger of the 2, with a bright, prominent casque and striking black and white plumage, often seen alone or in pairs. In contrast, the reeved hornbill is slightly smaller, with a more curved cast and vivid red and yellow facial markings, moving in small social groups as it forages. Both are native to Southeast Asia and are considered rare in captivity, making each and every sighting special. Even when both species are perched quietly, their differences are clear, and watching them forage gives a glimpse into how each species thrives in its natural habitat. Back into the jungle we go. There's a small carved out hole in the rockwork labeled the Children's Tunnel View. Don't worry, we'll be getting up close with many of these species shortly. Speaking of which, we come to two identical viewing structures, almost like mirror images on either side. On the right, a dry riverbed is often foraged by a family of Visayan warty pigs. Native to the Philippines, these pigs can often be seen enjoying the water during the heat of the day, waiting or wallowing to cool off. Unlike the Babirusa we saw earlier, these pigs are covered in coarse hair, which helps protect them as they move through both water and dry terrain. Across from them, a deeper segment of the river offers a perfect first look at the Asian small-clawed otters in action. Agile swimmers, they dive and hunt underwater with remarkable speed, using their dexterous paws to catch fish and other prey. While this is just a glimpse, we'll get an even closer look at the full otter family and their feeding later in this video. So the path continues, taking us deeper into the lush jungle. The trail passes what appears to be temple ruins, though these disguise the bathroom. Just past the ruins, we get one final look at the warty pig habitat. The pigs use their strong snouts to explore the riverbed and surrounding terrain, sometimes picking at leaves or small roots with surprising precision. Between their daily movements, they often rest in shaded spots, and watching them here highlights how well adapted they are to their environments. Back on track, we arrive at a large plaza, the heart of the attraction, but I'll save the main event for the finale. Instead, let's head beneath these branches and to the right, where we can get our first view into one of the zoo's two tiger habitats. The East Habitat, excellently planted with towering bamboo and spanning roughly 6.5 thousand square feet, it was home to the Malayan tiger on this day, one of the two tiger subspecies kept at the zoo. Native to the tropical forests of Southeast Asia, this lone male patrols his territory, pacing along the stream and inspecting the rocks and trees. Occasionally, he scratches at trunks or pauses to gnaw on this bone, giving visitors a glimpse into his daily routine as he moves confidently throughout the exhibit. Continuing slightly further, we enter a large themed building, climate controlled and full of educational signage. On the east side, we can find the source of the stream begins with a large cascading waterfall and forming a large pool that the tigers use for swimming. Floor-to-ceiling panels let guests get up close. And though I've never really had any luck with big cats and underwater viewing, the true king of the jungle was still lounging in the nearby stream, a perfect moment to observe this magnificent predator. So on the west side of the building, we can of course see the west habitat through more glass viewing, and if we continue outside, we can see that it spans about 5,600 square feet, slightly smaller than the east habitat, but similarly lush, providing plenty of space for the tigers to explore and for guests to admire them from multiple angles. Now that we're back in the plaza, we get another look at the Babirusa and Otter exhibit before heading into a viewing structure known as the Skywalk building. On the left, the stream flows right up to the glass at your feet, and we can see that the Babirusa herd includes playful juveniles, and watching them together shows their social structure, adults keeping an eye on the young, while the group forages in a loose, cooperative way. I think this was filmed in the afternoon, but if you come at the right time, you might catch the keepers feeding the entire otter family with small fish, These close-knit otters are constantly scattering around the exhibit, whether they're sunbathing, lounging around, or play fighting both in and out of the water. And like I said during feeding time, you can catch them up here at the glass with their adorable tiny paws reaching out for the next snack. Okay, so I said we were getting closer to the finale. Well, on the other side of the Skywalk building, you can peer into the West Tiger exhibit. At first, I was wondering where all the animals were at, but look up. The tigers can move above you, and they're actually able to access the rafters of this building, giving a thrilling perspective. If you didn't notice already, this habitat includes an overhead trail system known as the Tiger Trail that stretches all the way behind both the east and west habitats, looping through the plaza and into this massive artificial straggler fig tree at its center, a striking focal point that the tigers can use for exploration and play. And the trails even continue all the way down to the bamboo node that we saw at the beginning of the episode. Now, up in the rafters today, I spotted a Sumatran tiger. These trails give the tigers choice in variety, letting them explore, exercise, and safely observe both the prey species and us, while giving visitors a one-of-a-kind experience. And because of this and everything else about this exhibit, the Jacksonville Zoo's Land of the Tiger received a significant achievement award for creating a straight-up dynamic, impressive, and educational exhibit. You can now backtrack to the rest of the zoo, where you can explore many of its other unique habitats. In my opinion, Land of the Tiger stands among the zoo's very best, thanks to its rare species, immersive architecture, and the way it lets guests connect with these jungle rarities. So, let me know what you thought of this exhibit down below, and which other unique habitats you'd like to see featured on the channel. As always, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on The Virtual Zoo.